So, anything you feel?
It's good. Yeah, I feel because a small jet lag and a little bit tired. And
see, it's just good. It's just good. That's what the best, basically, what you can. Some people will invent something, but this is just, it's just good. It just feels good. And that's why I in the beginning said, okay, something maybe is happening, but the inversion mode, this is the real stuff, you see. But now, after doing this more and more often, I see this is the real, this is also more simple and very, very profound. And this you can do with autistic children. You can do, I mean, there's almost every disease you can imagine that is either totally based on, or at least to a big degree, based on the sense of lack of self. When people have like habits, like Tino said, he had to close the curtain, he had to close the door, or other pattern that they cannot sleep, or I read also yesterday 15 how much about 20% of the population has like needs headache pills all the time, yes, and it's all, they all have an explanation. They all can blame something. They can blame the boss. They can blame the stress that they cannot pay their mortgage anymore. They can blame their children. They can blame the radioactivity from Japan. They can blame the volcano ashes from Iceland. Yeah? So they all have an explanation. But the last thing, and actually something you never hear anywhere, it's because I don't feel a sense of myself. I mean, it's not about security. You see, you don't have to be having a security sense of self, because when somebody says, I feel really secure about myself, I feel really secure. I think it's not applies for me. No? So, then, it's not about this, it's about being like the real teachers told people, if you want to follow me, you have to leave your father, your mother, you have to leave everything behind and just, like Buddha, you have to be like a leaf in the storm. And this has been misunderstood. People think, well, if I go out, leave everything behind, give up all my money, all my family, then I get there. No, it's not getting there. It's a result of a change that you have to make first. But it's not first or after, it comes together. Mm-hmm. The more you put yourself at risk, the more you take daily situations openly, the more it's a connected process. The more you have this ability to have a sense of yourself. And this is so interesting, you see, when you look at, like now, we just read in Berlin the latest conference for headache this weekend. They have 1,200 doctors going there. 1,200 just for headache. And it's all about all those diseases. They have this kind of attendance. And they go out with almost the same stuff that they came in. See, but here we have like 10 people, and it will always stay this way because it's so connected to our life. You cannot say we have patients here, we treat them, we make our money, we make our... No, it's treating people is our life. It's a mirror, it's our healing, and we have to change our life if we want to become more successful. And that's, I know this is why we are connected, because the same mission, maybe many lifetimes together. And but I know with the laser we'll have a system now that people can use that do not have the right brain to use the core system. Because to use the core system and those results coming up is challenging too much for most people. Yes, this just in the garbage right away. No? Makes no sense. It's just total nonsense. So I'm so happy with something this. We don't even need a computer, but I show you how this integrates with the core. It's not replacing the core, how it actually electrically also integrates. But now I show you this time only the most simple way to do it. And here we basically read his frequencies from feet to the top of his head and feed back here with electrically. But we can also feed it back with magnetic or with our light pads or with the laser. So we can, this is a big field. This, the most simple mode of all, is already a big field. And as I say, it's more gentle, and in this case, your mind doesn't immediately compute what's actually happening. Yes? And one of the methods which I found also, which also changed me a lot, and which I now understand why it changed me a lot, was the flotation tank. Anyone has a flotation tank? I see it. Yeah. So flotation tank is also something you line this salt solution in its total darkness, and on one hand you lose the sense of yourself. Yes, you lose the habitual way of seeing, here's my skin, here's the end of my body. But basically what you get a new sense of self. Yes, a new sense of self. Basically, I don't feel my body anymore, but still there's something that's me. Yeah? Yes, you want to say something?
Yes, in the 1200, there was a Zen monk called Dogen. He said, to know thyself is to forget yourself. When you forget yourself, then the whole universe is recognizing your own authenticity.
Yeah, I mean, this is all nice words. You see, I read all these things, or like Nisargadatta, I am what I am, what I am needs no explanation, huh? And it's all nice words, you see. It sounds good, and the world resonates to it because they all know there is the secret is there, but how to make it practical? See, that's the thing. Then the next step is how to make this practical. Then some people think, well, go into the bushes, go into the cave, and realize that you are nobody. Really realize that you are nobody. Or go, Mother Teresa, go and forget completely that you have a sex life. No, just feed the hungry hungry Indian people, children. Forget yourself. Then that's not the way. No? It's an effect. It can be an effect that when you have this sense of self, you can go out and be a banker, or you can be Mother Teresa. It's beautiful, yes, because there's all the possibilities to help people to change the world. But if you do one thing in order to get this, and then you are stuck in it. See, 1 year of Mother Teresa life would change a lot of people. But 10 years is probably too much. Yeah, just like being 1 year the Deutsche Bank director would be helping a lot of people, not only financially. They would see a lot of things. They would change their conspiracy theories. There would be a life extension method. So we should check this with Deutsche Bank if they allow to have this like a workshop place, because he doesn't do anything anyway. So to have some variability would be probably good. See, it's about variability. When you go into variability, this is the best way to create more sense of self. Of course, after buying these bioresonance systems. So that's basically the way I know many people can use this without having to go into the core system, without learning more right brain. They can learn, this is the first step, it's the beginner system. They don't need a software, and they can apply it to almost everyone out there. It's not only autism and attention deficit, it's also a lot of addictions. Why addictions? Again, because you don't know who is yourself. So you take something to replace a sense of yourself. I say, it's not only addiction to new cars or to ayahuasca, it's about everything, little thing that takes too much space in your life. Huh? So this will be the beginner system for people to change themselves and to change a lot of people, and we can give this, and I will give this, and if you see this on YouTube and you're interested in getting the laser for a clinical study, I'm open to this, because I want to really bring this out, and because it's so simple, and we can change people's life very quickly and reproducibly with such a simple setup. What we're doing now here is, 3 electrodes, and this will open up people's mind. It's really the lack of sense of self that's the reason for most disease.